A very good morning to all of you there. Today we will have the topic banking system in India during the ancient times. So today we will be discussing the indigenous banking system in India. Have you ever heard about the Sahukars, Seths, Lalas, etc.? So these are the people we will be talking in indigenous banking system. So today we are starting with indigenous bankers. Indigenous bankers are private firms or individuals who operate as banks, and such both receive deposits and also give loans. Like banks, they are also financial intermediaries. They should be distinguished professional money lenders whose primary business is not banking but money lending. So, in during the ancient times, people who had a lot of money, so they started doing this kind of banking system. So they started lending out their money on certain interest, on certain terms, and giving this money to the traders. So this is how the lobby of indigenous bankers started to establish. Now you can see this picture here. This is the ancient time indigenous banks. You can see the tijori there, and the people working with all their paperwork they used to do in this indigenous bank. Okay, so one more pic where a person is lending some money to someone. Then, what were the documents used during the ancient times? Now, today, children, when you go to the bank, you are using the check, the demand draft, the bills of exchange, etc. But during those times, we had instruments like hundis and chittis, which were used as negotiable instruments. Just like checks, which are assuring a sum of money after a certain period of time, like that only we were using the hundis, which was an assurance, a promise that the trader will be paying to another trader after a certain period of time, or immediately whenever the payment is scheduled. Okay, so this is what is the hundis. So you can have a look at the hundis there. So this is a hundi of 2500. You can see the due date has been written 10/7/51. You can also see that after 86 days the payment has to be made to a Seth, and a payment of 2500 rupees. So this is a kind of paper that the traders used to use to negotiate amongst themselves. Okay, because businessmen do not do immediate payments. When the goods are dispatched from one area to the other area, it takes time. Like supposing if we are giving goods from Ranchi to maybe Hazaribagh. So it takes some time. So when the goods are being dispatched, along with the goods, a person will be sending a kind of paper which tells the amount, which tells the bill, how much is to be paid to the receiver. So this is what is hundi, children, in simple terms. Okay. So this is it. So let us know what is a hundi, what are its types. So what is a hundi? Hundi is a financial instrument that developed in medieval India in order to facilitate trade and credit transactions. Now they were used for various things. Now, from as I told you, to transfer money from one place to another, to borrow money, and also as bills of exchange. So supposing you are having a hundi, you are having a bill, okay, in other terms, okay, and you are in urgent need of some money, and you are supposed to receive money from another trader in 2 days. Now your requirement for money has become immediate. You want the money today, and you cannot wait for the trader to give you after 2 days. So, what will you do in this case? You will take that hundi or paper and give it to another trader and tell that you give me immediate payment, and when my trader will give you after 2 days you receive the payment from that particular individual. So this is the way you can get your work done, where that is your immediate work done. It can be transferred from one person to the other person. Like I told you, in this case, if you are in urgent need, you have given it to the third trader and you have drawn money from that third trader immediately. So this is what it is helping in. To borrow money also it is helping in. And then bills of exchange, which we will be talking in details in the next few clips. Okay. So this is it. So what is the Reserve Bank of India telling? The Reserve Bank of India describes the hundi as an unconditional order in writing made by person directing another to pay a certain amount of money to a person named in the order. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Now we can just see one example. For example, Mr. Parvesh signs a hundi to pay Mr. Aman say 20,000 after 90 days. So Parvesh is signing a hundi for paying whom? Mr. Aman. So who is going to receive the money? It is Mr. Aman who will receive the money, but after how many days? After 90 days. So Mr. Aman will get the money only after 90 days from Mr. Parvesh on showing him the hundi he has signed. So when he shows the paper that has been signed by Parvesh, Mr. Aman will be receiving the money. So hundi is used as a payment evidence that the person has to pay after a certain period of time. So hundi is being a part of informal sector, that is banking sector, children, is a formal sector which is under all rules and regulations of the RBI. Whatever the RBI tells, the banking sector has to follow. But these kind of establishments, that is indigenous bankers, which is still prevailing in our country and in many parts of the world, okay, are informal sectors. That is, they are not following any rules and regulations. It is just happening according to their own rules and regulations. So hundi, being a part of the informal system, have no legal status. They are not having any legal status and are not covered under the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Though normally regarded as bills of exchange, they were most often used as equivalent to checks. So they were used like checks issued by indigenous bankers. So this is all about the hundis. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now see here, thus hundi is a financial instrument that developed in the medieval age India for use in trade and credit transaction. Hundi are used as form of remittance to transfer money from one place to another, as a part of credit instrument, and as a bills of exchange in trade transactions. So this is what is the hundi. Now some important terms before I go into the types of hundis. I want you to know some important terms, that is bills of exchange, drawer and drawee. So here a bill of exchange is a written order binding one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party on demand at some point in future. So when there are traders trading, they use this bill of exchange. So one party who is receiving the goods, one party who is giving the goods. Okay, when you are trading, usually you trade in goods. So supposing there is a wholesaler and a retailer taking the goods from the wholesaler. So the wholesaler is giving the goods to the retailer. So retailer has to pay to the wholesaler someday. So in that case, immediate payment the retailer is not making to the wholesaler. He promises to give it after a certain period of time. So when he is promising, it cannot happen on words. It shall happen only on paper. So what is the paper that he is assuring or giving to the wholesaler? It is bills of exchange. One copy will remain with the wholesaler, one will remain with the retailer. So both can claim in case of any dispute in the near future. So this is what is bills of exchange, children. This is a written document which is a binding on one party to pay a fixed sum to another party at a certain future date. So what are the document often includes three parties, but we will just discuss about two because we need to know two here. Drawee is the party that pays the sum. So drawee is a party which is going to pay the sum. This is a party who is giving the money. And drawer is the one that is obliged, that is giving an obligation that obliges the drawee to pay the bill. Okay, so drawer is the one who is telling the drawee that you must pay the bill after a certain period of time. So he claims for the amount, so he is the drawer, but the one who is paying it is termed as the drawee. I hope it is clear. The one who pays is the drawee. Drawer is the one who is claiming for the amount. So let us see what are the types of hundis. Mainly there are two types of hundi. One is darshani and one is muddati. So darshani, as you see the name suggests, darshan means immediately at sight. Muddati means giving some time. So this is darshani. Darshani is a hundi which is payable at sight. It is like a demand bill. Okay, the party can sell them at par. So if you need immediate payment, if you cannot wait for a certain period of time, so the party can sell it. You can sell it to another person at par, premium or discount. The holder has to present the darshani for payment within a reasonable time. If the drawer faces any loss due to delay in presentation, the holder shall be responsible for it. So the person who has that is claimed for the money is going to be responsible if he is going to delay for asking the money. Now that is your muddati or medi is sometimes which is payable after a certain time period, like a time bill. Banks generally provide loans for security of such hundis. So this is what is the muddati hundi, where you are getting a certain period of time. So types of hundis here that we have in our syllabus: dhani jog, sehjog, farman jog, dekhan har jog, dhani jog again. Now here two dhani jogs are there. One is muddati and one is darshani. The first one was darshani and the second one we are talking about will be muddati. Fireman jog again two. One is darshani and one is muddati. Then is jokhim hundi. So let us see in details what they are. Dhani jog, which is a darshani, that is at sight. Whoever shows the bill will be getting the money. So payable to any person, no liability over who receives the payment. Then sahjog darshani, that is again payable at sight. No time has been given. Whoever is having the bill can be getting the amount. Payable to a specific person, but it is payable to a specific person, someone respectable. Liability over who receives the payment. Now whoever receives the payment, okay, shall give it only to a specific person. Okay, and here sehjog, shah is a big person, a respectable person in the society. So this payment is to be made to the shah basically, but it can be taken by anyone and it is the responsible of the taker to give it to the shah. So this is what is darshani, shah jog. Then fireman jog, firman jog, that is hundi made payable to order. That is, once you are ordering a certain person, you show that certain person and tell that I am having this hundi or paper, you give me certain amount of money. So this is payable by order. So the person will take that hundi and the person will be giving you the payment. Dekhan har, that is payable to presenter or the bearer. So dekhan har is again, it is darshani, it is payable to the bearer. Whoever is going to bear, not any specific person, whoever is bearing the that is paper will be getting the money. Dhani jog, that is muddati. Again, muddati, as I told you, certain specific time has been given for payment. So, payable to any person, no liability over who receives payment, but payment over a fixed time. So, anyone can receive the payment who is having the dhani jog muddati, but it is going to be given to the person only after a fixed period of time. Now, what is happening here, children? Suppose I am having dhani jog, okay, paper, that is Hundi, and I give it to one of my friends. So now when I give it to one of my friends, that will become the possession or the asset of my friend, and my friend can claim the money from the person after a fixed period of time, that is dhani jog. Firm and job, that is muddati, okay, again after specific period of time. Hundi made payable to order following a fixed time period. Then jokhim jog. Now here jokhim hundi is used especially when the goods are traveling for far off distance. When they are doing maritime trade, goods were traveling from one area to the other area. So here, till the goods are in the journey, it is the risk of the person who is giving the goods or who is transporting the goods. Till it does not reach to the final site, the person will not give you money. So here, the two individuals, when we are talking about supposing one consignment of ship goes from India to Bangladesh via that is sea routes. So supposing from India the trader has boarded all the goods and he is sending to Bangladesh, okay. So when it reaches to the ports of Bangladesh, then only the payment will be made. But however, supposing in between in the voyage, in the journey, the ship sinks because of some reason, so definitely the consignment is destroyed. So the person sitting at the other end, Bangladesh, is not going to get the consignment. So in this case, the responsibility, the jokhim has to be taken by the Indian trader. He is going to bear the loss here. So drawn against dispatched goods. If goods lost in transit, the drawer or holder bears the cost, and drawee carries no liability. So here the drawee is not going to carry any liability if the goods does not reach to his port. So drawer here is more responsible for the goods to reach to the drawee's place. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay. So thank you to all of you. Have a nice day.